Right, here we go. Here we go. Maximise. Cool, everyone's gone ever so quiet. 1, 2, 3. Good evening, friends! Good evening. Oh, hello, good evening and welcome to Littleport Christian Spiritualists, this fine, wonderful, toasty, uplifting Thursday afternoon/evening. A day and a time where it's never been better to be an independent spiritualist, coming together in unity, love, and upliftment. And of course, I welcome each and every one of you here today, here in Littleport Village Hall. In particular, those that have travelled near, especially those that have travelled far. And in particular, someone who got on a train this morning and scared the bajinkies out of me in my mother's living room this evening. Hello, Kaza. She is truly in the house. We've got virtually the whole Monday circle. We're missing Daryl as usual, you know, and Laura, of course, bless her. But yes, it's just so wonderful because it's a special day, left, right and centre, and I have to say a little bit overwhelming. So thank you all for being here. And now please give a right, raucous and royal Littleport welcome to our mediums for this evening and also members of the Independent Spiritualist Alliance Ministry, Rev Tony Swindells and Rev Jean Pearson! It is so good. So welcome both of you. Welcome and hello to Michael, of course, the long-suffering companion travelling all the way down. You know, it's such a wonderful thing to see everyone here. It's so good to see you all here, and it's so exciting. I know we are in safe hands with a very uplifting evening of mediumship and spirituality. And of course, the usual healing and reading. And I might have a word or three to say on a couple of subjects, you never know. But let's join together and begin this evening, as per usual, in the traditional sense, and send out our thoughts and prayers and open this evening in prayer. As we say, Great Spirit, divine, universal source of all things, we thank you for the opportunity to come together as friends, as family, as one under Spirit, to unite under that banner of love, of hope and friendship, to witness your proof and your truth that life is indeed eternal. For we know that this moment in time in this physical life is transitory and just a drop in the ocean in comparison to that immense eternity that waits for all of us at some point. And we know that this is the case for those that have gone before us, come forward in places and times such as this. So we ask truly that this evening be blessed and in your name. And we make the statement as ever, that everything we do is in love, truth and light. Amen. Well, friends, it is that moment where I do say a thing or three. And where do I begin? What a day. It's been a roller coaster. And it was expected to be a roller coaster. I always look forward to when these lovely three come and visit us at Littleport. And I always look forward to my Thursdays when you lovely lot turn up and find out what's going on in the world of spirit. But of course, having someone in the room who I haven't actually ever met in my life before in person, who calls me little bro, is a special moment. And if you haven't met Kaza in person yet, please make sure you do. And to all of you tonight who I haven't had a chance to have a hug from yet, I'm not looking in too many pointed directions, like virtually everybody, let's be honest. Come and see me afterwards. But I apologise, I just haven't had the chance to see you with setting up the things. But it's wonderful to come together in compassion, in laughter, in joy and upliftment. Because that, my friends, is what we are all about in places like these. And in times like these, it's easy to forget that we're not the only group meeting here in this hall on a Thursday night. There's the group in spirit. All of your loved ones gathering, filling every inch of space that's available and more besides, coming together out of love and compassion. But there are other churches gathering too, not just tonight, but every night. And the aim should always be compassion, kindness, and proof of survival. But of course, we are physical, transitory beings, and sometimes life gets in the way. But we must always remember that in spite of difference, there is unity. Because although we don't always agree with everything each other says, we say it because we care. We say it because we want people to grow. And we want to grow and learn with them ourselves. In times such as these, it's important to remember that although we look to the past for direction and purpose, not just those that have impacted and touched our lives, but those that are gathered, watching us, the future will look to us for guidance too. And it is up to us, each individually and united as groups, to decide whether that guidance will be the cautionary tale of what not to do, or the celebratory, oh dear, teeth need washing, celebratorial tale of what works. But I know that when everything is done in kindness, friendship, and love, it works. Never how we expect it, likely not how we want it. But compassion always wins. Compassion always forges us ahead. If we think of the darkest moments in our lives, It is compassion that's dragged us kicking and screaming into the arms and embrace of those that we care about, and stepping forward boldly out into a newer world. When we think of the most difficult times in our lives, it's not sitting and dwelling in it that has saved us, but the friendships that we share that again drag us kicking and screaming out. There are moments that I've sat at home and thought, I really can't do this. I really don't know what to do. But I've dragged my backside out and forward because I care about the people that I meet. And it's made me focus. It's made me think. And it's made me do. There you go. You can see my head now. Thank you. See, friends help each other out. They give little signs and little gestures that indicate the direction to go. But most importantly, we hold each other's hands and drag each other forward. It is not in times of success. It is not in times of joy that we are measured. It's when we've fallen flat on our backside and how we stand ourselves back up and how tall we are after we've done that. That's when we find out how tall we are measured. And that can only be achieved through compassion, kindness, love, and at the centre of all spiritualism, healing. Healing is the thing that we all need to recognise and do in all of our interactions. Because only by healing can we move forward. And I know that it can be difficult. But I tell you, it's worth it. Maintain your individuality, but bring that individuality to a collective. Funny, that sounds exactly like what happens when we go to Spirit. The answers have always been there. We just need to look. God bless you all and thank you for listening. Speaking of getting guidance and direction from Spirit, we're now going to see if my guides and Eunice's guides were on the same page today. So please welcome for our reading for this evening, the wonderful and lovely Eunice.
Good evening, everybody. Am I switched on?
You're fine.
Right.
You were drooping, so I just needed to check. It's the weather, dear.
There's always one. This way of life is simple. Just ask and you will receive the answers to your questions. You just need to believe. Believe in love and kindness. Just open up your heart. You will manage all those problems. You only have to start. Start to listen to what's in your heart. Well, that is what matters. A good place to start. To make you grow stronger as each day goes by, just sit in your good place. Look up at the sky. You will receive comfort, for peace is a gift. It's there to give reason, to give you a lift. Just accept and be open, then soon you will see the love that surrounds you. This love, it comes free. Life can be a bitch. We all know this is true. But you are very special. Just try to be you. Just give yourself a treat at times, a reason for to smile. A smile can say 1,000 words. It could last for quite a while. A frown can give you wrinkles. Believe me, this I know. So smile, be happy, be strong, be true. Then your life will start to glow. Share your love with others. There is plenty to go round, you see. It will make the world a better place. Fly high, fly strong, fly free.
I think the answer to that question is yes. Wow. Thank you so much for that, Eunice, and your guides. And I'm sure our honorary bishop in spirit will have certainly had a hand in that this week. So thank you. Thank you so much. Bless you, you are a sweetie. I don't like standing in front of you. That's kind of you. Cheers, though. Sitting, she well trained. Yeah. We're going to have our healing in a moment, but if you would just indulge me. For those that don't know, a very well-known medium and, shall we say, determined and stubborn and forthright medium passed to spirit a number of weeks ago. Her name is Pat Campbell. Now, down here, we might not know too much about her, but her name has reached this far. And certainly, if you go outside of East Anglia, you'd be hard-pressed not to have heard of her. But I first met Pat online, telling me how to organise the ISA, and she took an interest in doing the ministry course. Not for the sake of being a minister, but because she wanted to see if she could do it. And both Reverend Tony and Reverend Jean, who just happens to be her stepdaughter.
Well, you can call her stubborn. You can call her what you want. She'll not mind.
Oh no. She'd be rather annoyed if you didn't call her as it was. Well, they helped her through and guided her through the ministry course. And she completed it. And Tony and Jean were waiting for a date when she was well enough to be ordained. Sadly, because of her health, that didn't happen. Come on, we're spiritualists. There's always a way. And I don't like abuse of authority, apart from when it's for reward, upliftment, acknowledgement, and helping people out. So I'm going to abuse my authority tonight, and I don't care. Because as of this moment and as of this time, I hereby confer she did the work, she deserves the title, Reverend Pat Campbell in spirit, working, crying out loud, her and Alan up there together, we're all in trouble now. I confer upon her honorary ministry in spirit in recognition of her work and service to this way of life, because we need to celebrate those who work for spirit. And she did, and she earned it, she did the job, she's got the title. Ladies and gentlemen, she's probably standing behind me pulling faces and saying, shut up, hurry up, it's time to get on with the healing. But I give you, in spirit, our newest minister, Reverend Pat Campbell. And I can say that she followed the time-honoured tradition of what we call a proper member of the Independent Spiritualists Alliance. She gave me a hard time. She's one of us. So, congratulations, Pat. And good luck, you two up there looking after us down here, because we do genuinely take the ministry in spirit part very seriously. We are spiritualists after all. And so now, my friends, is the time in our evening where we're going to send out our healing thoughts to all those who are sick and suffering. And we are going to be led by our healing. Oh, I've got them in the same room at last. We've got the Reverend Tony. We've got the healing leader, Tony. It's not going to get confusing at all. So please welcome to talk us through how we're going to do that for those that have never been in the room before. I give you healing leader, Tony.
Thank you, Nick. I would dampen the spirits. From the healing book, while we get on to the serious bit in a few moments, would you just remember Agatha Wayne, Sean in Liverpool, who's having a problem with his mental health. Sylvia, Kathy, David, that Maddie the dog who's suffering with stage 4 cancer, so particularly Maddie the dog. Pat, Vince, and our very own Rusty. And while you're also thinking, just remember Gertrude the pony.
No, just what it's called. My dog is. We've also got cancer. Oh,
Bless him.
Your dog is?
Alfie.
And Alfie, another dog. So, while we get to the healing bit, just remember those and send your thoughts out. It is at this time of night that I have to say a few words. The first one being, if you would like some healing, please raise a hand. That's fine. If you're prepared to give some healing, please go to where there's a hand raised, so you know where to go. Thank you. One there. We're getting sorted, yes, slowly but surely. I'll come there. Nick, can you go there? And
There's somebody just over there if you want.
thank you, Aid. Very kind of you. It's at this time that I have to say, fundamental to this way of life that we all love and enjoy is the process of healing. The more often we do it and the more of us that do it, the more it grows and the more powerful it becomes. So, Great Spirit, please send your healing power down through those healers to those recipients, and do it now. Thank you. Thank you, healers. If you can just bring yourselves back now. And as I say every week, thank you to those of you that asked, because if you didn't, we'd all be very foolish. And secondly, the healing, as good as it is, also quietens everything down. And that's not what we want for the next 50 minutes or so. So let's just liven it up a bit, people.
Absolutely. And there is a way to do that. Because we have a couple of notices before our two lovely mediums take over for the rest of the evening. First and foremost, thank you to everyone who's been supporting workshops and the White Feather Drum Healing Circle. They're finished for the month now, but they will be starting again on the 2nd and 3rd Sunday of next month. There is, we've got 1 week left of the online 4-week workshop, and then another one will be starting after that. So if anyone's wanting to know about the 4-week workshops, just come and ask at the end. And happy announcement, I have finally got my finger in gear, And in the next 2 days, I will be releasing details once I've made sure that I haven't double booked myself. The debates and the one-off workshops are back from next month. Lovely. So the debates and the one-off workshops are also going to be back in the next few weeks. There was something else. Yes, we do have traditions in this church. And it is a wonderful, uplifting tradition too. Because whenever I find out that somebody's got a birthday coming, I like to single them out. So the name is Wayne. After 3, 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you, bum-ba-dum. Birthday to you, bum-ba-dum. Happy birthday, dear Wayne. Happy birthday to you and many more. And I did bring banana cake this week as well, so you know. And there's some. What was that tub that you gave me to put in the kitchen?
It's shortbread.
And shortbread too. Oh, so we are. Oh, you're looking disappointed. You ain't noticed it, have you? Yeah. There you go. Got excited enough for you now. Yeah. So that'll be a nice treat for afterwards. Oh, I'm a git and I don't mind admitting it. So friends, again, the workshop and debate will be back soon. I will keep you in the loop. And thank you to everyone who's been supporting not only the Silent Minute, which is a regular and now fully functioning feature of this organisation, thanks to the lovely Restream. Thank you to everyone who's been in support of the Early Risers Club, Spirit giving a song to get the day started. Thank you to everyone who's been supporting it. Please keep sharing it around. It's not going anywhere. It takes 2 minutes now. I've got it working, so it's really, really easy to do, and it should start being available full time 6 o'clock in the morning rather than 10 minutes after I get up in the next couple of days. All I'll say is, over the past week, if it ain't been up at 6 o'clock, you know what time Nick got out of bed. Just take half an hour away. There was one rough day, but it was busy the night before. But now, my friends, we are exactly on time, and we are going to hand over the rest of our evening to our 2 wonderful exponents of spirit who are going to prove that life is indeed eternal. So please welcome to the platform the one and the only, both of them, just to clarify, Rev Tony Swindells and Rev Jean Pearson. You've got your pom-pom. You get Mr. Fluffle.
I ain't got Mr. Fluffle. I've just got a rubber thing. Oh, it's Drew.
Oh, is it Drew?
I've got a droopy one.
Hang on.
Can you just go carefully? It's on my boob, though.
I'm not very well known for dealing with boobs, but I'm
That's
very
what I'm
well
just
known
saying.
for dealing with droops.
So just go a bit careful.
There you go.
Thank you. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
It is nice to be back. It was this time last year when we was here, and it is lovely to be back, I've got to say so. We always get a nice warm welcome, which is lovely. Okay, I do get nosy. I'm just going to quickly tell you how I work. I like to see who I'm talking to, because I don't want to talk to somebody behind a door. So I do get nosy. So that's me done with that. All right. And I stare and I look where I'm going. So that's why I look. Or if I like your talk, that's something else. All right. But before I go, I've got to... Linda, can I talk to you, please? Can you see me, love? I bet you can hear me now. This is done, can't you? All right. Because I've got a lady what's coming in, darling, and she's been very patient. And as she comes in, I know she's a lot like you in character and the way she's built. Okay? But she's showing me where she would have been at the seaside, sweetheart, and I've got where she would have had a hat on. You know, like the floppy hats? And that's what she's got on, darling. And she's just saying you had a good time. All right? She's showing me that she would be wearing pearls as well at some point. So I know there's pearls within the family. All right? And she's bringing them in just to give you that bit more evidence, darling. Okay, that is her. I know that, all right, sweetheart. She's talking about the fish and chips, but she says there was nothing like it than when it was in the old paper. You know, the old newspaper. She says they don't taste the same now as they did then. All right, sweetheart. But she says I've got to go a bit more careful now with the salt and pepper. So I think she's aiming at you. I don't know if you can understand where somebody puts too much on, darling. But she says it needs just taking back a little bit. Okay. I've got to give you a little dog as well. She's bringing a little dog with her. And it'd be a bit snappy at times. All right, because it's just nipping at my ankle here as it's coming in. And she's bringing that in for comfort, funny enough, because she's saying that's what it would have been like. It would have jumped on your knee and give you that warmth and that comfort, sweetheart. Okay. Can I please give you Daisy? But I don't know if it's the name or if it's the flower. Okay, she's just talking about that as well. And I don't know my flowers, so I don't know why they gave me flowers. But also I've got to give you a big bunch of the carnations. All right, I've got the pinks and the reds and the mixed, you know, they're all mixed up with that white little flower thing in it. I don't know.
Gypsophilia.
Oh, is it? Thank you.
Yeah.
With that in it. I'm hopeless when they just show me, and if they don't tell me, I might have had it. But I've got to give you that as well, sweetheart. Okay. I know there's a lot of healing coming your way at the moment, sweetheart, because you are needing it. But sometimes I know my stepmother, bless her, she's in spirit now, could be stubborn. But you can also be a bit stubborn, darling. Yes. I go with spirit. Don't shoot me. I go with what spirit tell me. But sometimes you do need that little bit extra support. But you like to do it yourself. You like to keep that independence where you can. All right, so that's how I'm going to put it across. I've got to give you a big meat and tater pie as well for some reason. So they give him, but they would have had thick crust, not oh, you have to have thick crust. All right, not the thin thing. That's no good. All right, I've got to give you that. Can I just say as well, wait a minute. She's showing me 3 rings. So I know there would be 3 rings which would have been left from spirit. I'm not saying they're all hers, darling, but I know 2 would have been wedding rings. All right. And then 1 would have been something else. She's making reference to that. I do know that at this minute that you have misplaced. You've misplaced, it's like something you put on your wrist. So I don't know if it's a watch, a bracelet, but you've misplaced it. Will you check? There's something you would wear and you've misplaced it. All right, Doug, because they're saying it will come back. It will come back. Just give it a bit of time. All right. Oh, and there's some jewellery wants cleaning. Mine does. But you can understand jewellery what wants cleaning. Oh, you've already done it. That's fine because they're just making reference, darling. Should have fetched mine, shouldn't I? But they're talking about that. I have got to say to you, sweetheart, they keep drawing me number 30. So I know 30 does mean something. I don't know if it's a day or a birthday. I don't know. But 30 does mean something to you. Okay, as they're drawing it across your head, I can see it. All right. And I've got to give you the month of May. The month of May. All right. Which is very important. She's just shouted. Okay. Christmas, it's an hit and miss. It can come and go for all, you know, you're not bothered really. All right. And they're just saying, that's fine, don't matter. But I've just got to give you an angel, sweetheart. I have got to give you an angel and that's for you. All right. And they've just said, but you are that angel. All right. So there's the love there from spirit as well. Okay. Just wait a minute then. I know I keep looking at the clock and the windows. So there's something to do with the clock, what would have been next to a window. Because they're giving me the window, but then they're giving me the clock. So they must be together. All right, sweetheart. But take note, that clock loses time if you've still got it. I'll swear it is. It keeps losing time. All right. And they're just saying it's spirit, sweetheart, what's mucking about with it. All right. And I am going because they'll be here all night. All right. And I've got a younger energy quickly, what's just jumping in as well, sweetheart. I don't know if it's a younger sister or something, but I hear sister. Okay, I'm not saying it is your sister, but I'm hearing sister. All right. And they're around you as well. All right. Oh, and then blackbirds. Somebody didn't like blackbirds because they're saying they're a nuisance. All right, sweetheart. So they're aware of them as well. They can't chase them off, bless them, but they are a nuisance. Okay. But watch for the robin. All right. And I'll leave Spirit's love with you, sweetheart, and say God bless. You're welcome.
Are you sure? Oh, see?
Linda, quickly,
too
I'm
early.
going to sit down. Can I just give you some homegrown tomatoes? They've just given me, as I'm sitting down, they've just given me some homegrown tomatoes. All right, thank you. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
It always happens.
Just, I should have known better than to get up.
Go on, love. I'll sit here now.
She always does it. Every time. Every time. Hello, everybody. It's lovely to be back, and thank you for a warm and loving welcome. Most of you will have seen me either online with himself on a Friday or here, but I like to work with laughter, I like to work with humour, I like to work with upliftment. All I need is yes, no, don't know. I'm not like Jean, I'm not dead nosy. If they don't show themselves to me, I get their energy. So I get their personality and their energies come through me. And I'm with the lady in the blue dress at the front. Can I speak to you, please, sweetheart? Okay. I have a gentleman that's wanting to connect with you from the world of spirit, and the gentleman's coming through really strongly. I was getting really emotional, sat there, and I was getting really hot, so I know he was coming in really, really close to me. When I say gentleman, I mean gentleman. He's a lovely energy to work with. I feel really warm, really fluffy, really... I get some weird descriptions of how I feel inside me when these energies come through. But I want to say he has been with you recently because you have needed his presence. You would understand. And I feel like we're talking weeks with this rather than days. Okay. He is giving me a ball of green energy, which for me is for physical healing. So I know I've got to give you physical healing. But he split it in two and he said, you have it to pass over as well. So there's somebody connected that needs some healing at the moment as well, connected to you. All right. I do want to say, as he's coming through, his energy's changed slightly. It feels like I've got lemonade inside me. It's quite fizzy and excitable and jolly and funny. So I've got that side of him as well. It's almost like two different people, if that makes sense. All right. But you would understand, please, why he's telling me he had a bit of a struggle towards the end of his physical life. He's not giving me any more with that. He's just saying, I did struggle a little bit, but I'm fine now. I'm fine now. All right. I know Jean was talking about something around the wrist, but he's giving me something, and he's playing with my watch. So I do feel like there is a watch somewhere that would have either belonged to him or was gifted from him. All right, because he's bringing me to the watch. All right. And Jean did mention the rings as well, but I've got rings. So I don't know if it's his rings or, again, it's a ring he gifted that is still here. He gifted it and it's still here. Okay. All right. He's given me this sense of, if it's not yourself, sweetheart, it's somebody really close to you that's got a lot of decisions to make, because I feel like I'm balancing and weighing things up. All right. So there's somebody who is having to make hard decisions at the minute, and he's emphasizing that they are hard decisions they've got to make. But trust the gut, trust the gut, trust the gut. Okay. All right, bless you. He's bringing me around the 24th of a month for a birthday, anniversary, or a passing. So I can be a little bit off with dates, a day or two, but not usually more than that. But around there. And I'm around the 17th of a month as well for a birthday, anniversary, or a passing. And I also need to acknowledge a recent passing, which for me is between now and 5 years. Jean goes back 3, but I'll go back 5 years for a recent passing. Okay. There is a dog standing around the height of my knee that's connecting with you. And when I get dogs from spirit, that's a sign of love, affection, and loyalty from the world of spirit, as well as the dog popping in just to say hello. This one's not a snappy one, though. It's quite a nice dog. Yeah. You get the nasty ones.
I do get them, what bite me?
Oh, dear. I love this. There's a lady that's standing with him as well, and she's coming above him in the family tree, so it'll be either his mother or your mother, but she's above on the family tree. And I suddenly feel quite shoulders back and straight back and quite I feel torn with her, because I feel like she would appear prim and proper, but she really wasn't when you got to know her. Does that make sense? Okay. And she's coming through with some of that strength for you as well, because she battled a lot, and she would have put up with a lot and dealt with a lot in her life. But she's given me healing around the lower back, so you would understand where somebody struggles with the lower back. Okay. And I'm also getting blooming Pat, she's tapping my watch.
She's terrible.
Somebody's really impatient at the minute, because I'm feel like I'm watching the clock and tapping, and it's like, come on, we need to get it done. We need to get it done. So there's somebody who's a little bit impatient and trying to get to the X, Y's, and Z's before they've done the A, B's, and C's. All right, and she's just trying to rein them back a bit and saying, all good things come to those who wait. All right, all right, all right. She could be a bit like that herself. It's like, if you're going to do it, you get on and do it. Yeah. All right, okay. I feel as if I need to roll your sleeves up, sweetheart, and get stuck into something. So there's something you've been putting off, but she wants to get you there. And I need to, as I'm looking at it, I feel like there should be a necklace. Would you understand something on a chain? All right, because I feel like I need to put it around your neck. Okay. Right. Okay. Would you, I don't normally get names, do I?
No.
Would you understand a Thomas? I don't know if he's spirit or here. I just heard it shouted in. Right, okay. I don't want to give you anybody that's not yours. It might be for somebody a bit later on, but the name was shouted at me. All right, okay. You would understand a 3 connection. It could be mum and dad and a child, or 3 children, grandchildren, but there's a 3 connection that she wants me to acknowledge. Yeah. Okay. And she's shown me an appointment card, sweetheart. I don't know if they're medical appointments, solicitors, whatever, but there's appointments coming up that she's writing on a card for you, just to remind you that they need seeing to. Okay. But there is some medical connection as well around you at the minute. There's somebody who's going for like a checkup or getting medication tweaked or something, but there's somebody who's going for appointments. Okay. As I'm looking at you, I can see green shoots coming out the floor, which for me is around you, somebody is making new starts, fresh beginnings. Okay. And I just heard new life. So I'm not saying it's a baby. It could be a puppy, a kitten, or a hamster or something, but connected around you, there will be new life. All right, okay. Well, that wasn't a prediction. It was just spirit are aware that there's conversations going on around new life connected with the family. All right, bless you. And I thought those two must be connected in some way to you then. Well, new shoes. Have you been asking for new shoes? Because she's just said the new shoes. You've only got 2 feet. How many pairs do you need? But get them.
Get you shot.
Anna, I'll get shot. It's all right. I'm in Littleport. You can get away with some stuff here. Okay, bless you. I've just been given a set of false teeth, and as Jean will attest, I hate false teeth. So there's a connection with false teeth, but I feel like there's some missing. So I don't know if there was some broken or some snapped off or what this is, but she gave me some false teeth and said, but there's some missing. How you lose false teeth, I don't know, but she's talking about the lost false teeth. All right. Okay. She wants me to remove your spectacles and give them a wipe, so I don't know if there is a situation where you're not seeing things as clearly as you should, but it's as if you're not seeing the whole picture is what I'm getting. All right, okay. So just be careful around that situation. Don't get involved in anything until you've got all of the facts, is what I'm getting. All right, bless you. Okay. She wants me to acknowledge the younger ones in spirit, so I know that there would be younger people in the family who are in spirit. Okay. And some of them went as infants because either they didn't make it to earth or they went shortly afterwards. She's talking about the infants. All right, bless you, sweetheart. And 52. She just drew 52 above your head, so it's either a door number or the year 52 significant for some reason, but she's talking about 52.
That's
Okay.
how old you are.
22 would be how old? But no. Hang on.
We're both wrong.
Okay. What's 52, sweetheart? It's either 5 and 2 or 52, but there's a 5 and a 2 above your head. Okay. I don't like saying take it away, but we're not a chip shop. But
That's Pat.
Yeah,
Not
that's
a fish
true.
and chip shop.
It's not a fish and chip shop. You don't take it away. Okay. I'm trying to sort out what this 52 is, but I've got Tom coming back again. Just you stay over there, please. Right. You would understand a lady in the world of spirit who would have passed with a condition which would have deteriorated her health quickly. I don't know if this is a cancer condition or something that went wrong and it caused a cascade effect. Right. Because when I was asking about the 52, she stepped forward and said, it's about me, it's about me. So around her, there's either a 5 and a 2 or a 52 connection. If you can't place it, that's fine, but it might be one of these things that drops out in the wash later. Okay. They are pulling away from me, sweetheart, but as they're pulling away from me, I've got to give you a packet of a white paper bag with like licorice and things in it. So somebody would like the old-fashioned sweets, and you used to get like for 5p, you get a bag full. You get a huge bag full and change. So I've got to give you the old-fashioned sweets, sweetheart, but I've got to give you dahlias. I've just seen dahlias in the garden, so you'd have memories of a dahlia, or dahlias are in. All right, well, bless you, sweetheart. There must be something in the garden that's connected with spirit. Either a plant you've put there or an ornament that's out in the garden that reminds you of somebody in spirit, because they've just brought that in. It's connected with a gentleman in the world of spirit. And I'm not saying it is a rose, but he's just shown me a rose, sweetheart. And as he's brought the rose in, I've got to return you a rose which was left with them, so either in the coffin, on the coffin, or at the grave or something, or I've got to return you a rose. I've got to give one to you as well for some reason. Okay. I've got to return you a rose, so there must have been a flower left at some point, and return it with you in spirit. Okay. Bless you. Thank you very much for working with me.
When you're giving her a rose, bless her.
Yeah. Thank you.
Can I talk to you, sweetheart? Thank you, because I've got a lady and a gentleman what's coming around you. I've got more, but they've stepped forward. Okay, and I know as they're coming in, darling, it's as if I've got symbolically the holding you up, because that's what you're needing. All right, I know you can place me someone who's a bit down at the moment. I always say it's like a balloon. The deflate, inflate it back up, and we're all right. All right, so you can understand that, sweetheart. If it's not with you, someone close. All right. And as I'm on about fish and chips, that's you, Tony. But no, they give me just a tub of mushy peas. I'm sorry, but you're not getting the fish and chips. You're only getting the peas. I do apologise, but they're there for you anyway, darling. So I do know somebody would like the mushy peas. Okay, can I just give you Dorothy, please? I've just heard Dorothy being shouted. Thank you, because she's here around you. But the more concerned, not concerned, but just trying to get this person up again to where there was. All right. I know I've got 5 people around you, darling. All right. What's around you now? And they're trying to give, everybody's trying to get there, and everybody's trying to give this person this support and try to help them. But they're not quite taking it all in, if you can understand that. All right. I do know they're saying that this lady, they're saying it must be a lady, that they do need someone to talk to, and there's plenty around to talk to, but they're just not listening. Can you understand that? All right, because I'm trying to not let everybody know the business, so I'm trying to go be really careful how it comes across. Okay, but these people there, all right, I've got to say thank you to you, because you're doing, they've just said a really well job. So I don't know if you're helping with this situation or what, but you're really doing everything you can, darling. Okay. I've got a gentleman what's saying you are my sunshine. So that's coming in as well. I've also got to give you the big sunflower. All right. And I do know somebody would have grown these, but they're just saying that that's what you are. You're that sunflower, sweetheart. You're them petals around your head, what lighten you up. All right, because the yellow is for brightness, sweetheart, and that's you. All right. They've just, I'm going back a few years, but you was a right one where you could go out, have a good party and get everybody going. You didn't need to have a drink of alcohol. You could just get on the floor with a glass of water and you'd get everybody up and going. All right, sweetheart, can you understand that? Because they're taking the alcohol away and just giving you water. All right, sweetheart, but they said that was what people needed around you. All right, love. All right, sweetheart. I've got a lady what comes longer than I know she would have gone to a nice age. I know she would have gone into her 80s as she's talking to me here. And she's just saying everything went well at my send-off.
Yeah, I take that.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's family, but I just know she's coming. She's not telling me who I can't even see her, darling, so I just know that she's just saying everything went well at my send-off. And that's how she said it. Okay. But she's talking, all right. All right, she's talking about pork pie for some reason. No, pork pie. I'm from Rotherham, remember, I talk a bit. Oh, yeah, you translate. Pork pie.
I don't know about it.
Right. Like I said, we don't normally say take it away, but you will find where this person did like the pork pies because they had them at the wake. All right. But she said there wasn't the good ones. So is there anyone you can ask, darling? Please ask, because she says we had pork pies, but there wasn't the good ones. So there must have been somewhere special where she would have been and got them from. Okay. I know you can understand the breathing problems as well, sweetheart. All right. Because when I was there, I was struggling a little bit to breathe. Okay. And I know a gentleman would have passed the spirit very quickly as well, darling. Okay. Because 1 minute they're away, next minute they're up there and they got a shock. All right. But they just said, will you stop wickling? You can be a bit of a wickler.
No.
Translate.
Worrier. A worrier.
Oh, warrior, yeah.
Translate.
Yeah.
As a wickler. No, but you know, like some people can be this big, but yet can make it this big.
Yeah.
And that's a bit like you, darling. Stop making it bigger. All right. And can you take each day as it comes? And don't think about next week. Let's get tomorrow over. Well, if it's not you, there's somebody, darling. I'm sorry, but I don't argue with spirit. Well, will you watch around where someday, I do apologise if it's not you, that's my mistake, but somebody will wickle about next week, and we haven't even got tomorrow over. But just watch then. Well, if it's not you, I do apologise. Like I say, that must be my mistake, and I'll hold my hands up to it. But I do know that's what they're telling me, darling. Okay. I know somebody needs a good holiday. All right, get away. Blow cobwebs off. Yeah. Well, it looks like it'll be on cards, darling. We don't predict, but it'll blow all them cobwebs off and you'll be fresh to start again. All right? And they've just put a top hat on you. You can understand where somebody would have had a wedding where they would have had the top hats and the tails. No, don't bother then. It's not for you then. Because I've just seen top hat and tails. I'll take that to one side. I've got a top, wait a minute. Hey, do you know a wedding where somebody had top hat and tails? I've got top hat and tails. Somebody's got to know a wedding here. But somebody had top hat and tails because they won't take it away. And come on, anybody, I'm not taking them home with me. Can you, please? You can understand it. Yeah? Right, I'll be with you in a minute. They're not taking it away. I've got this chat with this top hat and tails. I do apologise. But when they jump in, they just jump in, and sometimes you can't hold them back. But they're there for you, darling. They're giving you all this support and all the love you need with this situation. Okay. I have got to give you, all right, Mum. I'm hearing Mum. Okay. Comes around you, darling. Okay. And I know that there's things what happen around your home as well. All right. Because they're saying there's a lot there. But I've got 2 little children. All right, they're giving me them and they're saying a lot spirit children come around your home. All right, and they like to play with things and just have a little mess with things. All right, sweetheart. And can I just give you the little cherished teddies, are they? I've got them, the little teddies. All right, and I've got to give you them, sweetheart, for love. All right, and affection. Okay, sorry about the other bits you couldn't take. All right, and I'll leave spirit's love with you. Are you all right?
Mm-hmm.
No, I mean, do you want to get up?
It's fine. I know where I'm going next, but yeah.
Oh, can I just do this then? Because
Yeah.
the shouting in my ear. You can understand a wedding what would have had top hat and tails. All right. So the laughing, that's what it is. That's why I couldn't check it off. So you know where the person then had the hat, what was too big? It didn't sit on the head properly. Right, because that's what I'm getting, where one had a hat, what didn't sit on the head. All right, I don't know if it was too big and it fell off, or the head was too big and that was too small. I don't know, but there's something to do with that, sweetheart. Okay, can I please, I know we've got a Michael over here, but can you understand a Michael, darling? And don't put Michael in the spirit world because I don't feel he is. Michael's on the earth plane. Okay, but can you send a thought out to Michael then, darling, because he does need it. All right, send that out. There's a lot there where it needs some attention. All right, so I do that. And I've got a sack of potatoes. You can understand somebody who either went and picked potatoes or eats a lot of potatoes. Because I haven't just got £5 bag, I've got a sack. So you must be able to understand where people wouldn't go and get a £5 bag, they would have gone and got a sack. All right, well, they're here as well, darling. But you've got a lot in spirit for a young gentleman. You know, you've had a knock-on effect where you've had them go from being tiny to a nice age, and they're all here, and they're all wanting to get in, but they're all wanting to come to give you that support, sweetheart. You look after everybody else, and you support everybody, which is fantastic, but sometimes you forget about you. Yeah? You can own up to it, we don't mind. But it's easy, we all like to look after other people, but we've still got to look after ourselves, because if you don't, and your batteries run low, then you're no good to look after somebody else. Can you understand that, sweetheart? And I do know around you where somebody does need that looking after at the moment, and that bit of support and care. All right, and they're bringing that in for them as well. You've got a dandelion. I'm sorry. Everybody gets nice flowers, and you'll get a dandelion. I do apologise. But I've got to give you a dandelion. I'm sorry. It is a plant, though. It's a nice flower, isn't it? It's yellow. But I've got to give you that for some reason. I don't know. And I've also, you can understand, oh, I've got this, I'm putting my hand down. I've got this dandelion in my hand. You can understand, sweetheart, where somebody would have had mice. I don't know if they had them in the home or they would have kept them as pets, but I've got mice. All right. They were tottering about anyway. All right, so I don't know if they had them as pets, darling, or somebody would have had mice in the home. All right, can't be helped if you live near fields. But they're there anyway. I've got to give you a packet of crisps. Somebody would like the crisps. Well, if you want more, you can have more, but I'm not getting cold when your arteries block. But I've got to give you a packet of crisps, sweetheart, okay. But you do like that type of food anyway. Well, you like any food, they've just said, I'm sorry. It says you like anything in reason. All right. I am going to sit down because Tony's going to get up, but it's a gentleman I've got connected with you, Doug. Okay, and I do believe he's either father or grandfather is on that line. All right. I've got to say very proper gentleman as well, because that's how I feel. It would be a nice gentleman. He would have spoke to you nicely, but he didn't like people to take him for a fool. All right, and that's how he's coming in. Quite tall as well, and I've got a nice body on him. All right, what it times I'm not. Are you laughing at me? Well, I'm not saying no, Tony. He's got, but he's coming in with that gentleness as well, sweetheart. Okay, and that's how he is. And he would have been very good with the kiddies when he was here. You know, he got time for them. All right, he didn't push them to one side. It's like to educate them, he's telling me, and he also liked to play with them. Okay, and that's what he's trying to do with you now. He's trying to get your attention. Will you please listen to what he's got to tell you? Because you are here in spirit. It's one of them. Well, is it a inte? Am I, aren't I? Well, yes, you are, darling. All right. They are knocking and they are trying to get in. So will you just listen a little bit and let them in? All right. And I've got a Dennis. Dennis has just shouted. Dennis, you're going to have to go back because I know he would be a friend of Dad's or Granddad's. So you might have to ask. But he's coming, and I do know he would be a friend, not the family member, and he would have lived on the street, he's telling me. All right. Have you found him? Because I'm asking, and that's how he's showing me. All right. I've got to give you September, darling, before I sit down. And I've got to also give you a gentleman's watch. Somebody had one stolen. Can you understand where somebody had a watch taken from house? He's telling me the watch got stolen. Is there anybody you can ask? Please ask, because it was there and it wasn't there when they left. But we could be going back when you're little. All right, so please just check up on that. All right. And I'm going to have, I don't drink alcohol, but I'm going to have a pint of lager with you, he said. I don't know if it's beer or lager, I don't know what's different, but I've got to have a pint with you. All right, sweetheart, and I'll leave his love with you. Say God bless. All right. I've had my lager. 3, 2, 1.
She sat down, I'm getting up. Yeah. Oop. My stick's not.
Oh, you're all right?
Yeah. Kaz, I've got to come to you, sweetheart, because as I was sitting there, I got very emotional, and I know I've got Sue's with me, but as I've got Sue's energy, I've got a gentleman, and I won't say what he said, but he swore in my ear. So you would understand a gentleman in the world of spirit who's connected to you through the heart center, so connected on a family link with you, who would have said it as it is, and could have used some quite colourful language when he needed to get his point across. Right. I need to, he just wants me to put thumbs up, which for me is pride and love from spirit. He's very proud of you and everything you've done and achieved, and the way that he's really trying, the way you've picked yourself up after you've been knocked back onto your posterior and dusted yourself off and just got on with it. All right? Okay. Connected with you, there must be either Catholic connections or somebody with a very strong faith, because I can see a rosary bead. They give me a string of rosary. Yep. Right? Okay. And, okay. I feel, right. Sue's stepped forward because I know the energy and I know the connection because I can feel it coming through. But I feel quite impatient and frustrated and agitated. You would understand. I don't know if this is her or if she's bringing it for you, sweetheart, this sense of being impatient and I want to get on and I want to get things done. That was you today, wanting to get here and get it sorted. All right, okay. Can I take you around the 12th of a month for a birthday anniversary or a passing? So 11th, 12th, 13th, but around there? 13th, right, okay. And I've also got to talk about the month of April as being significant for you as well. Okay, and then I'm going up to the month of June as significant for you as well. Okay. I've got to give you connection to 5. That could be mum and dad and 3 kids, or 5 children, grandchildren, nephews, nieces, but there's 5 connection I need to acknowledge for you. And you would understand a caring connection. I don't know if this is a work or somebody's caring for somebody, but there's a caring connection that she wants to bring forward for you as well. Okay. She's doing it now. You haven't got to let the people get you down. But you do need to kick bottom where you need to. Okay. And you haven't got to put up with any stuff. Okay. Yeah. I used to work with his dad as a guide, so I'm used to building in that little buffer. So you can think, how am I going to interpret that into not foul language? Not foul language, it's just colourful. Colourful. I've got this really fizzy energy with her as well at the minute, which is she's giggling and laughing. So something about black and white films. She's just playing a film in my head and it's black and white. Hang on. she's just taken me to that line. I can't remember exactly how Pink puts it, but it's where we watched our favourite films or something. And the way she showed me, it's a black and white film. Hang on. No, it's all right. It's all right, we'll get there. And I've got this Tom again. Would you understand a Tom? Either spirit or here. I could just hear the name. Thomas Tom. Because I'm just hearing. It might be. I just heard Tom. All right. All right. Okay. Sorry. That's me. Okay. I know you've got lots of tattoos, but I've got to talk about the memorial tattoo. I'm seeing a flower. I don't know if it's a flower tattoo, but I'm seeing a flower that in front of me. All right. Okay. And she was with you at the Pink concert, and she was there. Okay. She was there in the moments of reflection. I'm asking her what she means, and she's saying it's none of my business. Self-reflection. So you must have been doing a lot of looking inwards. What am I? Who am I? What am I going to do? Right? She's with you in those times as well. All right? But you know she is. You don't need me standing here telling me she's with you all the time. Okay. I know Jean's just given off a teddy bear, but I'm seeing a little stuffed animal as well. I can't see if it's a bear or a dog, but I've got a little squishy stuffed animal that I need to acknowledge as being important. And I've also got to, she's tapping my watch as well now. You must have something that would have been worn on the wrist. Oh, right, okay, there you are. And it's the same wrist as well, because she's tapping my wrist and doing this, so I know that you were wearing something that was worn on the wrist. Okay, bless you, sweetheart. You must also still have a sweater or a top. Right. But she's changing it. I don't like asking questions. It's as if there's been talk of doing something with it. Either a cushion or a memory bear or something, but there's been talk of changing it.
Yeah,
right.
I've got to take a memorial thing.
All right, okay, that's fine. Okay, bless you. I have to give this lady healing energy, green energy, but I've got lavender energy for you, which is emotional support and upliftment, because you need that in spade loads at the minute. But you are thousands of miles further forward than you were going back even 8 months, because she's saying you've come such a long way. I'm not arguing. I don't care what Mr. Nick says. I'm not arguing with these up here. All right, bless you. I've just heard mum. So either a mum or a mother figure in the world of spirit that wants to come around, be remembered. Somebody on a maternal line for you. Right. It's a maternal figure, maternal influence that I'm feeling. Okay. Very strong lady, not quite one of my feisty ladies, but quite a strong character, strong lady. And she's coming in with a lot of strength around you at the minute. They're all coming with a lot of strength around you. But I've got to say, there is a busload of people wanting to come through and talk to you. You would understand somebody who smoked a pipe?
Yes.
Okay, because I can smell the tobacco under my nose. Okay. And I do suffer with my chest, as you know, but I've got to give you healing across the chest to pass. So there must be somebody connected with you who has an issue with the chest that they want to give healing to as well. I want to talk to you about talking about dominoes. Right, hang on. You must have had a period in your life where it was like you just got over one thing and then something else happened, and you just felt like you were lurching like a row of dominoes from one thing to the next. All right. Okay. I've just heard Lily, which for me would be a name, but then they showed me a flower, a lily flower. So a lily must be significant around your family. All right, okay. Okay, that's fine, that's fine. But somebody would have had lilies, because they show me clipping the pollen bits out to stop them marking the tablecloth. But if you don't know, that's fine, that's fine. Okay. I'm just hearing Sue saying that you ground yourself outside. So you must like to go to outdoor spaces, green spaces, and just ground yourself and settle yourself. Okay. I'm not going to start quoting songs that I know. But there is a significant song that you hear and it takes you straight back. Right, okay. She's not telling me what it is, but she just said, well, just mention that there's a significant one. So, okay. She's showing me a book with, it's not a handwritten book, but there's handwriting in the front of it, like a dedication or something. Okay. And I don't know if, I know you come to spiritual churches and things, but I don't know if Suze did, that sort of thing, but she is talking about a Bible. There must be a Bible somewhere, you know, as well. Okay. Okay. I can't even pronounce that. Right. As I was just wrapping up with her then, I've gone blank, which is usually a sign for me that she's acknowledging either a stroke condition, a dementia condition, or something that would have affected the head where you can't think properly. She's connecting it with a lady in spirit. I don't know if the lady's connected to her or yourself, but there would be a lady in spirit who would have had a stroke, dementia, or something in the head. Okay. Okay. As she's pulling her energy back from me and the rest of them are leaving me, sweetheart, I've got to say, just, it's fine remembering the past, but keep looking forward. All right? You've got a lot to give, a lot to grow, and the only person holding you back is you. All right? If you let go, you can fly. All right? As they are pulling back from me, sweetheart, I have to return flowers to you so that there are flowers that are left, but she's aware that you put flowers or you do things in memory, like candles and things. Okay. All right. And if she is pulling back, I've got to give you a proper slab of toffee. Okay. Because we got some once that you have to hit with a hammer to break it up, and it pulled all my fillings out on my back teeth, which were a lovely way to spend Christmas looking for dentists. But I will leave her love with you and say God bless. Thank you very much.
Oh, very quick then. Tony, do you mind if I just jump on your link 2 minutes?
No.
No. I've got to ask. What is it? Sorry, I don't know your name.
Kaz.
Yeah, Kaz. I'm hopeless at remembering things and that.
I'll call you Doris in a minute.
I will call you anything but your name. Can I just speak to you, please? I know Tony's been so be very quick. Okay. But I got that there was going to be a tattoo, or you can understand where somebody's got a tattoo on the back, which is important. All right, because they show me the back and saying that's important. All right, even though it's covered up. Okay, sweetheart. I've also got to say I've been sat there and I've been watching a big dog outside of you. You can understand who had a big dog. Not a little one. This one sat and its head's on your knee or above your knee. I don't know if it's bigger than an Alsatian, but I'm going big. But it sat there really patient, sweetheart, so I know it was a very good dog. But it sat there very patient and it's just looking up at you, waiting for its bone. So I know you can understand that, sweetheart. Okay. And it comes with the person who Tony was talking to. I don't know who it was. Sorry, I don't listen when somebody else is giving a message. But the dog's with that person, darling. Okay. And they're doing fine. Can I just say that there's another lady in spirit who wants to come quickly around you and wants to say thank you for everything you did. You must have cared for a lady, darling, or you just spent that bit of time with this person and she's wanting to thank you for everything you did. You might have just been a good listener, helped with a family or anything like that, But she wants to thank you because she said sometimes she would have been on her own if not. Are you with me now? All right. And she just wants to say thank you. I've got to give you Mary as well. I'm hearing Mary shouted here. So she's coming around you, darling. Okay. All right. And I've got to a four-leaf clover. You can understand where somebody would have a four-leaf clover in a book or in a wallet or something. You got it. I can't say anyway. I'm as blind as a bat without these on. You've got it. That's fine. We're just talking about the four-leaf clover, sweetheart, and that's a memory as well. Can you just watch your knee? Because you've noticed your knee's giving way a little bit. All right. And you're not admitting it to yourself yet. All right, but you will do. I've got to give you a passing within in the last 3 weeks, last 3 years, darling. Okay, I know it's a lot sooner, but I have a time limit because there's no time in spirit. So that's mine. Can I please give you Susan? All right, because I've heard Susan mentioned here as well, darling. I know I'm rushing up, but it's to get, because we're coming to end. I know somebody would have a chain, but they would have had a wedding ring or something on the chain. It's not a cross. To me, it looks like a wedding ring, but it's something different to a cross on a chain. Can you? Are you sure? Yeah, I'm not saying, I just know it's a ring on a chain. That's what they're showing me, sweetheart. Okay. I know they like your hair, so you've done something different. I don't know if you've coloured it or what, I don't know. But they do like your hair, sweetheart. Okay. They're saying you're doing a good job. You're doing a good job, and you are getting there. All right, you'll get there. I don't like it, but I've got to give you, and it's not a tin of minestrone soup, but it's all made, proper minestrone soup. I don't like it, but you can have it. I can taste it, you can have it. Well, I'm not bothered, I can taste it, and I don't want it. But, is it yours? Is it you? Is it you, love? Well, you can have it, I can taste it, I don't want it. No, you have it. If you want minestrone soup, sweetheart, you can have it. Free, I'll give it you. I can taste it. Oh. All right. So can I just leave that person's love with, well, I've got to say Susan's love with you, darling. All right. I've got to leave her love with you. I'm coming, Nick. You can understand the minestrone soup? All right, wait a minute, 2 seconds, literally.
You're fine, I'll let you.
No, it's just that now I've got the minestrone soup, I've got the link, because I can taste it in it.
Other way.
Do you mean, where am I
No,
going?
you carry on, you're fine.
Oh, I thought you were talking to me. You can understand it then, sweetheart. So you can understand where Nan would be in the spirit world, because it's Nan what's coming around you, darling. She's giving you all the love and the support, what you're needing at this moment in time, okay? I know she's talking about a doll, so I know you must have got this doll off Nan, because she's bringing that in as well, sweetheart, all right? And she's just saying, when you was little, you went to sleep with it, or you cuddled a teddy, all right? You can understand, are you together? Yeah. You can understand somebody who needs a bit of a push to get up off settee and get some work done or do something. Sorry? You both can, that's fine, I did say you together, but they need a kick, if not they'll just stay there and do nothing. I'm not condoning violence, and I wouldn't, but they do need that push, sweetheart. If not, they'll just lay there and do this or play on a game all day. That's not doing them any good. They need to be up and doing something, all right? So just give them that push. Okay, can I, sorry? Yeah. Oh, wow. Well, don't have no more, then we'll take that back. Minestrone soup, I'm saying you can have it. No, you don't want it.
Yeah.
You don't want it like that. But that's what I got, darling. Okay, but there's so much in spirit, so much love for you, and they are around you and they are looking after you. But the person what won't get off the backside needs that little kick to get up and get something done. All right? Whether it help you, get out, get a job, I don't know. But they need that push. All right? And that's what they've got to do. Just take care of yourself. And I've just got, and Tony normally gives flowers out, not me. But can I give you, I've got to give you a bunch of roses, darling, not one. You can have a bunch. And I know you gave roses to someone who passed. All right. But Nan's love's there and she's with you. Okay, sweetheart. And I'll leave Spirit's love with you. So bye. I'm coming. Linda, you know I gave you that message? You know I gave you that message early? Can you understand where the China doll is? Or the dolls what were years and years ago? I've got a China doll what's dressed in a antique clothing. That's all right then, because I said I forgot to give it you. All right, love, thank you.
Ladies, gentlemen, friends, and everyone in between, I give you our mediums for tonight. Rev Tony Swindells and Rev Jean Pearson! What a night, eh? What a night. And it ain't over yet, because there's shortbread in the kitchen, and there is banana cake in the kitchen, and of course there's tea, coffee, and chats afterwards as well, and also a raffle. I have to admit, if anyone wondered why I was showing Tony my phone just after Mum's message, it's because I had, and I also showed it to Jean afterwards, I took a photo a few weeks back of the pearls of which Jean was talking in that message of, and I had it there ready and so was able to show. So what a wonderful, wonderful night, and thank you both. Ladies and gentlemen, our mediums for tonight. Well, the time has come nearly to say goodnight, for every service must end. But we will be back next week, of course. Tell your friends, John Annis is back in the house. I knew you'd be happy. I know. I'm sure. Yeah, it's only because you've got the same haircut, you know. I know that. Oh, you can join the club and all. But John Ennis is with us next week. Shelley Yule has confirmed for the week after. So we've got a busy few weeks coming up, and it's all very exciting, and I'm so looking forward to it. Again, please do stay for the socialising, for the chats, for the speakings, because I know we all like a good yak and a good catch-up, and I've still got a few hugs to dish out. But of course, in order to bring this service to a proper, formal close, let's join together and close this evening in prayer. As we say, Great Spirit, Father, Mother, God, divine, universal source of all things, we thank you for the opportunity to come together as friends, to unite, to be a part of something that we are all equally building. This life, this experience, and this mission to prove life eternal. We ask for the strength and the courage to continue doing that work, to bring joy and upliftment to those who are down, to bring comfort and support to those in need, and to provide a shoulder for those that need to lean on it. But also, most importantly, Great Spirit, give us the strength, courage, and wisdom to be the ear that is most essentially needed when there are those in need. And so, as we go out into the world, we take with us that strength and courage we have shared here today, and that message to never give an inch, to never surrender, and never stop helping one another out. And in times of difficulty and great struggle, we ask you not to move the mountain. Just give us the strength to climb. In your name, amen. And in the words of a very, very famous cartoon character, and here, that's all, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all. God bless you all. And we are now going to say goodnight to all of our lovely friends online. You know, Cherry is the furthest one away for a change. Because it's not you. Believe it or not, the one who watches from France, as the crow flies, is usually closer to us in physicality than Kazza usually is. What a way to save yourself that £19,000 fee. She once sat there and tried to work out what my mileage rate would be to get me all the way up to Scotland. And somehow it worked out at £19,000. I would have done it for that. That's not what it would have been, but, I would have said yes. But thank you to everyone online who's been watching. So after 3, from all of us here, to all of you out there, 1, 2, 3. And God bless you all. We'll see you in around about 20 minutes if you come back for the silent minute.